Is that a good clap?
Yeah, it's a good clap.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Guys, welcome to another segment, another episode of the Cook and the Coach podcast. I'm Baeza. I'm the coach.
I'm Kenny. I'm the cook. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're listening. Hope you're all doing well.
Mm-hmm. This is what, episode 22, something like that?
Episode 22. Yeah, indeed. Indubitably.
If you're watching right now, you can see that I'm a little bit darker. Beard's a little bit shorter, looking a little different.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Okaboji.
Yeah, man. Was there for the 4th. And yeah, it was interesting.
That's like your favorite thing. Knowing you a long time, that's one of your most looked forward to celebrations of the year, going to Okaboji in Iowa for 4th of July.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely like one of my favorite things to do throughout the year. This year was really different though, just with all the stuff happening in the world. But
what was it? What was different? How was it?
Well, with all like the protests going on, and even with COVID, it's just like there's a lot of dark cloud over everything. You know what I mean?
And
then like not only that, but like just a week prior to that, there's been a lot of unrest in Ethiopia. Just with I don't need to get into it. If you want to look into the story yourself, you can look into it. But yeah, there's so much like civil unrest there right now. There are even protests here in Minneapolis, St. Paul.
About Ethiopia?
Yeah.
Wow.
And like Governor Walz and like the mayor of St. Paul like both addressed it and stuff on social media.
Wow.
Like in press conferences and stuff, and like yeah. It was
That's
weird.
Wild, man.
Like, I felt like guilty about like not being there for all that. And then like I was up on Boji drinking. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what was I do with my time? And then I woke up on July 4th. The news that there was an Ethiopian kid who's going to be a senior in high school who was lynched in New Jersey. So you can imagine how that kind of put a damper on my 4th.
So yeah,
at least.
Jeez,
at the very least.
That's insane. I saw you post something about that. I didn't know that the kid was Ethiopian.
Yeah. So, and like the more I read into the story, like the more similar like his life and my life were.
Wow.
Like only person of color like in his class, like lived in the suburbs, went to like a mostly white school, played football, wanted to play football in college, and like this kid's like a damn near like carbon copy of me.
Wow. How old was he?
He was gonna be a senior this year, I think.
Wow.
So same age as my sister.
That's so insane. There's been some crazy news stories about similar things happening, and it's really disturbing.
Yeah.
Like around the US.
And like now more than ever, there's Oromos protesting Ethiopia to like secede from the Union of Ethiopia.
Okay.
So like, but the thing, and like, I don't know why this isn't like a bigger news story, because if Ethiopia breaks up, that's like arguably the most powerful country in the continent of Africa breaking up. That has like extreme like world repercussions.
Wow.
Like
that's crazy.
And not only that, like Egypt and Ethiopia are threatening to go to war with each other right now, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, like, I don't know why the world isn't focusing more on Ethiopia, because, like,
I honestly haven't heard. Besides what you've posted, I have heard almost nothing about it.
If shit goes down there, you'll have multiple, like, extreme catastrophic, like, implications for the rest of the world.
Wow.
Like, on the world economy, on, like, world politics, this will, like, have extremely drastic measures.
Wow. So just
this should be taken seriously by people in the U.S., not just by Ethiopians, but it should be taken seriously by the world.
Wow. That's wild. So just for can you bring me up to speed, like just the super basic bullet points of what's been going on? Like, why are they talking about like breaking up Ethiopia like that?
So
I guess I don't. I'm not
again,
familiar.
not like, you know, I'm not the most informed person on this, but
Sure.
like I'm more informed than the average person, of course. So
Right.
from here's like the bullet points, if you will. So in relation to Ethiopia having like internal conflict, so basically Oromo people, which make up like 40, maybe even half of Ethiopia, they're like the oppressed group of the nation, even though they make up like a large, like almost pretty much the majority of the country, which is kind of weird.
Oh, strange.
You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But they're the oppressed group, right?
Right.
And they've been more or less been slaughtered in the streets by the government over the past several decades. They've
Wow.
been oppressed by the surrounding tribes in the area for centuries on centuries, like dating back almost to like biblical times. They've been oppressed, these people.
Wow.
That's where my parents come from. That's the tribe most of my family comes from.
Wow.
So for the past, they've been pushing for a while to secede from Ethiopia and to make their own country, right?
Sure.
I'm not getting into all of it, but from my perspective and from a lot of people's perspective, that would not be a good thing at all, because both the other tribes in Ethiopia and the Oromo tribe would extremely suffer if they were to separate. Other people disagree, but that's my view, right?
Sure.
So we just got a new prime minister, Dr. Abiy, who I actually saw speak in Target Center. He was like the second Ethiopian leader in history to visit the U.S.
Oh, wow. Oh, I remember that. That was a huge event.
Crazy. So he's an Oromo guy. He's from the tribe, and he's a Christian. So like, it was like a big step forward into like really progressing the country forward, right?
Sure.
But a lot of people are mad with him because he wants to keep Ethiopia intact, united, and whatnot. And a lot of people disagree with him on that.
Okay.
So there's all that internal conflict.
Right.
But then, while you have that internal conflict going on, you also have Egypt, who potentially go to war with Ethiopia because Egypt wants to have total control of the water supply from the Nile.
What?
So for people who don't understand, so there's technically two sources to the Nile, right? There's one in Uganda, and then the biggest one, the main one where most of the water comes from, is Lake Tana in Ethiopia, right? Now, Egypt already controls like 80% of the water supply in the Nile, but they want 100%. They want all to themselves. And Ethiopia is like, fuck you, no. Like, we're not doing that. Like, if you want to go to war, let's go to fucking war.
Wow.
So the United Nations were like, no, Egypt, you can't do that. Like, we're going to back Ethiopia if you go to war.
Sure.
But then Trump's like, no, if there's war, we're going to back Egypt. So there's this.
Wait, why would he? So why would we back Egypt? I don't understand.
You tell me.
Oh God, that's insane.
Even though historically we've had better business and trade with Ethiopia's had better business trade with America than Egypt has, for some reason he wants to back up Egypt.
Wow.
I don't know, man.
Controlling water is just such a scary concept.
So it's so this fatal, and then there's there was a lynching of Aman, the kid in New Jersey. So yeah, I had some fun the 4th, but
you can bringing it back around to the 4th. Yeah, man, I didn't feel patriotic at all this year.
I wasn't really. I kind of pretended like I was, but like deep down, like it's not even like I hate America thing. It's just like I didn't feel like celebrating. You know what I mean?
No.
But when you're like stuck on a lake with your friends and they're all partying, like what am I gonna do? Just like
just kind of mope
down.
around.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
That's shitty.
But yeah, the The 4th was an interesting 4th this year, to say the least.
This was the first 4th of July that I haven't gone to see fireworks. I think ever. I didn't do anything for the 4th this year. I worked
I didn't
at
see
the
the
food
fireworks
truck.
too.
Yeah. I don't know. I
Granted,
think they had
passed
some
out,
restrictions. Fair. I think there were a lot of firework restrictions, but I just got back from the food truck and was like, I'm not feeling patriotic. I'm just going to chill, and like did nothing. And I don't know. That's like the first time I haven't done anything for the 4th. But yeah.
It's like, it's not like you hate America or like you're on some F America thing, but at the same time, it's like you don't feel like there should be cause for celebration at the moment.
No, yeah. It's like,
you know what I mean? Like,
fireworks are inherently celebratory. Like you can't be in a bummed out mood and go to like fireworks.
I feel like every time in 2020, I feel like literally the day or like 2 days when it's like, okay, like I feel better, like things are starting to pick up a little bit. It's like, like something else just
I know too.
comes through and I feel shitty again.
Yeah.
So.
That's
is this gonna be all
this
2020, Ken? Is this gonna be just
at this point
constantly feeling shitty?
Dude, well,
I mean, we're literally halfway through the year, and I don't think I've been through a full week without like something terrible happening in the news or in my personal life or whatever.
Yeah,
I feel like every week there's like something else that's happened.
It's awful. It's awful. like the election is in November too, and election years are never fun years.
Okay,
and
can
so
we talk
I feel
about
like,
real quick?
Yeah.
Let's talk election briefly. I didn't want to bring this up. Like, what are you more nervous for? The actual election or what happens after election?
I'm
not sure.
Don't know. That's a good question. Well, it really depends on who gets elected, because now there's 3 people in the race.
Oh, yeah. You got Kanye West threw his hat in the ring for running for president for 2020. A very last minute campaign he's starting.
Last minute. He announced it
other
years
than
ago.
announcement, other than the like a comeback announcement, I didn't hear anything else about it. Elon supporting him on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Kim supporting him on Twitter, but other than that, I haven't heard anything much about it.
Yeah, I don't know a ton about it. It's pretty interesting though, because now it's like, take your pick. You have 3 weird choices. Which one are you going to go with? I'm so excited to see super political people argue any of these positions. I can't wait.
Ken, how do we not have one, like, we can't get one sane candidate?
I don't think so.
One. Just one.
Nope. Can't do it. Sorry. All out. No, man, it's crazy.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Like,
let me say this. This is a very selfish reason. But if Kanye gets elected and becomes the president, I just want to say that, like, can we all agree to not politicize his like art? Like, I want to be able to play a Kanye song. If he becomes president, I still want to be able to play a Kanye West song and not have it be a political statement or wear like something he made or something, without it being political. That's what would really bum me out beyond anything else.
Well, it depends on what he's running on, I guess.
I don't know. I'll have to see.
You know what I mean? Like, as he's running as an independent, I feel like you would have to, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think he has so much money, as does his wife, and I feel like they don't need that. I
guess he's technically a billionaire now, so I guess like funds aren't a huge issue for him.
Yep.
But at the same time, it's like his boy Trump, who he supports, is running the Republican ticket, and then he's made it clear that he's not a Democrat anymore, so he couldn't run there. So I feel like that's always our alternative is to be independent.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think he has to be independent. I think honestly, if I had to guess, I think that he didn't know a lot about Trump's policies, but was inspired by him from a comeback story messaging situation.
Comeback story from what?
Meaning like Let me comeback's the wrong word. I mean like an underdog situation. Like no one in the country
Okay, I
really
see
thought
that.
that he could win. And I think that Kanye, I think he's, I really think he's like a creative visionary. And I think that's one of his really strong suits where he can like envision something and then eventually it comes to be. Like the Gap deal was something where he's been talking about bringing like really nice clothing at like an accessible, affordable price point for years. And
What a deal.
he signed the Yeezy Gap deal like a couple days before he announced the presidency run. So it's like I could see,
What a deal.
yeah,
Kanye's bringing the
unbelievable.
Gap back.
The Gap where
I
he
love it.
worked.
I'm
Did
all
you see
for it.
that image? Did you see the picture of the store he used to work at?
No, I didn't see the
Bro.
picture.
Okay, so the store he
No,
worked
there's a
at,
line in a song about it, but I know there's a picture.
yeah, so he used to work at the Gap in like back in the day. And so now he has the deal with Gap, and that store he used to work at has been covered by this, it's like a square building, like multi-level. It's been covered by this like white cloth with a handwritten note from Kanye, like facing out to one of the streets. And it's just like an inspirational thing. Like, this is where I used to work. Yeezy's coming soon, something like that. It's
Wow.
yeah,
That's really dope.
it's pretty cool. I'm really interested to see how it plays out. But yeah, all that to say though, it's like he's a visionary person. So I think like people who will say like he's pro-Trump, like how pro-Trump can you be if you're running against him as president? You know what I mean? That's kind of a weird thing to say.
I don't know if this is a marketing ploy for both Yeezy and for his upcoming album. We're supposed to be coming
Yeah.
out soon, apparently.
Yeah.
Or if he's like actually serious.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, he's
Like,
kind of a
everyone's saying,
troll,
oh,
as is Elon Musk. So I don't know.
yeah, everyone's saying like this is a marketing ploy, there's no way he's doing this, but like in a weird way, it doesn't feel like that. I feel like he's like actually serious.
Yeah, the confusing thing
You know
is
what I
we've
mean?
heard 100%. The confusing part is that we have heard so little about the action steps that would normally come after announcing that, and it's so close to when it needs to happen. But I don't know, dude. It's just weird. I just can't wait. It's such weird choices. I don't know what people are gonna do. I don't know if more liberal or conservative people would want to vote for Kanye. I really don't know if that would take
Again,
away
that's
votes
what I'm
from one side
wondering.
or another. I'm not
What
sure.
kind of platform is he running? I'm curious. I'm really,
Yeah.
really curious.
Very, very. Oh, there's just so much. I just can't wait to see the reactions. I was talking about this so much on the food truck this weekend. I was so interested by it. It's
Well,
just,
like I hate people who are like, don't vote for Kanye, don't vote for Kanye. It's like, but if his ideas are like legit, and he has like a legit like cabinet around him who can actually get these things done,
right. Yeah, wouldn't you
who
be choosing like
cares?
the overall like best leader with the best ideas and best team, like
We
regardless?
elected Trump. He's a celebrity.
That said, yeah, that said, I don't, I would never have been like, you know
And
who I
listen,
want for president? Kanye West.
but again, if he has legit like cabinet around him and he surrounds himself with people who are actually like have like experience in offices and like can get things accomplished in the White House,
Yeah.
and his ideas are like sane and not like the craziness we've heard from Biden and Trump, like
Yeah. Yeah.
what the hell?
We can
What
really
the hell?
just,
Let's just do it.
we can really just speculate because he hasn't really announced almost anything. All I know is I think he wants the 13th Amendment is something he's mentioned in some songs recently.
Listen, if he wants to go and change it, that's a good start.
Yeah.
You don't have my vote yet, but I'm listening.
Yeah. Do you,
I'm listening.
you probably know about this, Baez. You know about his like Yeezy Shelters program?
I haven't heard about that. What's that about?
Bro, okay, this is cool. So he's been working on this for a while. He talked about it in this Jimmy Kimmel interview, and then he's been working on it more recently too. Basically, he's trying to provide housing for people struggling with homelessness. And so he's building these kind of dome-shaped like buildings in California, and they look a lot like Star Wars huts or something like that, like very futuristic sci-fi. And yeah, so they've been constructing them, and they're called Yeezy Shelters, I believe. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, he tweeted about that right after he tweeted his presidential announcement. I mean, which he's announced a few times, but yeah, dude, it's crazy.
You know what? You know what needs to happen now more than ever? And I think this would A, get him more album sales, but also B, like really, really, really like legitimize, if he had like a full like plan, really legitimize his presidency campaign. If he did what we were all expecting and hoping for a year and a half ago, instead he went on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Ooh, that would be so great. Oh, I would love that.
If he went on Joe Rogan's podcast either this week or like Monday next week, it would be the absolute perfect timing. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. Definitely. Of all the time to be waiting for that, I think, I mean, especially now that if he's going to be in the state of mind and to be able to run for president, I feel like he could handle a Joe Rogan interview now.
And he doesn't have like a full like outline. If he just had like 3 to 5 like well-established like bullet points of what he wants to accomplish.
Yeah.
Listen, people are gonna hear it and people are gonna be like, I think now's the time for that.
Yeah, I think I could see that.
I think now's the time for the Joe Rogan Kanye West collab that we've all been waiting for 18 months now.
We've been waiting for so long. Yeah, it's so interesting how his show has become a spot for like so many different politicians to come through and talk. I never would have thought that.
He's the modern day Carson.
100%.
In my mind, Joe Rogan's already passed up Letterman. He's already passed up Larry King. I feel like now he's on par with Carson.
I would say I would agree with that. He's Carson in that, like the Joe Rogan effect, what some people call. I've heard Schultz talk about this, where after you go on his show, you can like measure based on how much money you make after that in terms of sales, tickets sold, things like that. I'm sure website visits.
He has the most reach of any person in the world.
Yeah, and also he has
by far
maybe the most the largest variety of guests too, which is something that Carson did a lot. He would have like the oldest woman in like the world or the US come on his show or something like that. Like I think random stuff like that. So
yeah,
rather than just people on a press run who are just promoting a blockbuster.
Yeah.
So I would agree with that. But yeah, dude, it's wild. There's
so many wild things happening right now.
It really is.
Has news been this crazy ever? Like ever?
News, maybe not. Well, maybe.
Because like I think there's been times in history where like one incident's like dominate everything.
Yeah.
But there's multiple like extremely huge like news things happening all at the same time.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely the craziest year of this century so far.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of a single year in the previous century that was just as crazy.
I don't know. I mean, I think that if I was being technical, I would say the news is probably the craziest it's ever been, but the world probably isn't. You know? Because I think like on the 4th of July tip, like think American Revolution or think like early 20th century, like World War I, Spanish flu, World War II. I don't even think there were probably so many revolutions or crazy outbreaks of sicknesses that happened that in other countries on the other side of the world that you didn't even hear about because you're focused on like your couple things, you know? But news cycle, right. Absolutely. I stay up too late on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's not healthy. And I'm just like scrolling. It's not healthy, man. So I think what I've been thinking, and my brain has started to come down from this, but I really feel like almost everyone in the world, like their brains have been a wildfire for maybe a month now. And mine personally is just starting to smolder and not be ablaze. But like literally like lightning strikes, ignites the underbrush, like dead things and living things just all burn And I feel like that's just everyone's brain. It's like there's too much
Yeah.
information, too much conflict, too much like stuff going on. And that's what's, without getting too like weird or whatever, I feel like I wouldn't even want to go on a date when my brain felt like a wildfire, let alone make major decisions.
Well, we can't. Corona. We can't go on dates. We're gonna go.
We can't go on dates. But I mean, like making major life decisions or political decisions. You know,
Yeah.
And again, like you should. That doesn't mean you shouldn't think emotionally or like you know. But my God, it's just everybody in the world, and I don't know if people like are paying enough attention to that. It's just, I don't know. Do you feel like your brain's on fire?
Yeah, dude. It's.
Yeah.
I was hoping to go to Boji to get like a mental break, but like since like I still have like my phone and like it still works, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna get like updates and news regardless. You know, if I just even look at it for a split second, I'm gonna get something that pops up.
Absolutely.
You know.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
So at the cabin this weekend, it'll be nice to like have like absolutely zero phone access
Yeah.
and
That'll
like
be
just
good.
like that will feel nice. That will feel really, really nice. Yeah.
Oh,
So
dude.
for the listeners, me and Ken, well, by the time you guys watch this, we'll probably be there right now. But
Yeah.
we're going on a cabin trip with the boys this
Yep.
weekend, our annual cabin trip for the weekend. So it should be a good time. Remote
So excited.
location, zero phone access, at least for
Yep.
me. I don't know about other people if they get it, but yeah, so it'd be nice just to have that for a few days.
Absolutely. I can't. It's so necessary. Can't wait for the water, the food, just to hang out. Like it's been so long. It'll be really good. I
Yeah.
was thinking like we got to be careful, but a lot of it's gonna be outside. I feel like we'll be pretty responsible, but it's just I need it. It'll be good. Do we want to? I kind of have a food related thing that's slightly related for my segment, slightly related to the cabin
Go,
trip
Ken.
actually. So for my cooking segment for this week, it's really simple, but literally, it's a seasonal cooking tip, and I've been talking about that in some of our previous episodes, like trying to be more cognizant of that. Uh, Peach season. It is peach season. It's like summertime, and that's definitely one of those foods that it's so good to be cooking with in the summer. So I would definitely recommend like buy peaches, make recipes. You can DM me, and I'm sure I'll have some suggestions. There's like peach salsas, which I might be making up at the cabin. I'm really hoping that'll be awesome. Like a grilled peach one. There's salads you can do, like all sorts of cool stuff. So try that out. If you have questions, I can try to send you ideas or recipes based on the tools you have and what your setup is. But yeah, seasonally, we're in kind of a bit of an in between season thing almost right now. Not really, but in terms of where some produce is, this is such a. I was bummed out today because I went to the store to pick up blood oranges and they didn't have any, and I looked it up, and I guess the end of their season is May, and I was crushed. But yeah, peaches are in season, so get something about with that. And if you have questions, let me know. I'll be happy to help.
Get the peaches, man.
The peaches.
That fruit.
That fruit. Yeah, you can grill them, do all sorts of stuff. There, you can do a lot.
So my segment for this week, I've been applying this, and I think it not only applies to the athletes I work with, but I think this applies to people who are, who are thinking about training for like a marathon, or like a powerlifting meet, or like a bodybuilding competition, or like a 5K of some sort, like anything like that. Obviously COVID has canceled life, and a lot of these events that we're looking forward to, all these things, were canceled, right? Put a damper on our plans. And I think things are slowly getting back to normal. We're not sure about events happening in the near future.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So right now there's like an asterisk in the next few months of, will this event happen? Will this event not happen? And I think the advice I can give right now to people is prepare. Like prepare yourself as if things are going to happen. So if they do, you're ready. The worst thing that can happen is if you don't prepare and things actually open up and things are available that you're planning on and you aren't prepared, you miss opportunity, right? So like right now I'm coaching my athletes and we're training as if the fall season is going to happen here in Minnesota. July 27th is when the State High School League will officially make the ruling on, fall sports, if it'll happen or not.
Wow.
There is a chance that it won't happen. But the thing is, we can't afford to not train during this time, and when things do happen that we aren't ready for it, we have to prepare as if things are going to happen. I think this applies to life as well, with anything. Like, prepare yourself for a next step, because if you're not ready for opportunity, then you're going to lose out on it. So if you are planning on doing a 5K, or you're going to do a Twin Cities Marathon, or, whatever it is, plan ahead and prepare yourself as if it's going to happen. Because even if it doesn't happen, guess what? You put in that training, you put in that time, put in that effort, you can be proud of everything you've accomplished and how far you've progressed,
Definitely.
But if you don't prepare, you're gonna wish you had in the past. So that's my segment for a day for coaching. So.
Love it. Dude, I've been doing a lot of, to blow off steam, I've been rollerblading quite a bit. It's been really fun.
Oh, with the rollerblading.
I've been clocking in like 2.5 hour runs, and they are great.
How does it start again? How does Obsession start with you again? Like what? I don't remember. I remember you texted the group chat and you were just, it was the most random thing.
I was enamored.
You sent that message.
It's fun.
It came out of nowhere. There was no explanation. It was like, I'm super into rollerblading now. Looking to buy in this pair. I'm like, Ken, you need to give background.
It's a blur. All I remember is I was in a YouTube wormhole of rollerblade tricks, and I just got super interested. I started watching videos on Instagram of slaloming, where you have the cones and you're doing these really crazy tricks and spins and stuff. And I was like,
and you're like, I need to do that.
And I was like, I got to do that, because I had been doing all these walks just to get myself moving and doing something, because I was stuck at home and trying to exercise more. And eventually I was like, all right, I want to do body weight and some weighted workouts. But for my walks, it's too boring to be walking anymore. I want to do something that's faster. And so I was like, I feel like rollerblading would be dope. And yeah, it's been really fun. I like it a lot.
If you were in a time of Corona, would you be into rollerblading?
Probably not. I think I think it was something that grew out of boredom and a needing to make the most of limited resources. Because I could do walks in the park, and that was one of the only places I could go that wasn't in my house consistently. Mm-hmm. So I just needed to get out. I needed to exercise. I needed to get fresh air. So yeah, if it wasn't for Corona, I might have never one day will have become the greatest rollerblader of all time. It's just pretty crazy how that happens.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's been fun though. There's this road somewhat near my house. There's a walking path that goes, I'd say a mile or two. And what I do is I do laps on that. And there's part of it that's just a blocked off road that they're doing construction on with this new road and sidewalk. And I just do a lot of exercises and one-legged stuff and trying to do braking things. And yeah, it's fun because you don't have to worry about any cars coming or anything. It's new pavement. So do you have anything that you're doing now that you wouldn't be doing if it wasn't for Corona? Like a different habit or hobby?
Let me think. I don't know. That's an interesting question. I feel like there wasn't really a difference in my life, pre or post Corona. It's just that my working hours were less. Otherwise, life was just relatively the same for me.
I mean, I know you were saying you were getting more sleep. Maybe that's it.
Oh yeah, there's that. I actually got full nights of sleep during Corona, so that was nice.
Talking some of that REM sleep.
Now I'm back to my 6 hours or less regimen, which has been, in a weird way, almost comforting.
You're back to the familiar. You're back to the sleepless nights. You texted me the other day, I haven't slept in 3 days. I'm like, oh my God. When you say that, does that literally mean you've been awake for 36 hours, or does that mean you've only been able to sneak in naps?
Sometimes.
Sometimes which? That is just naps, or sometimes you're awake for 36?
Both.
Oh.
Sometimes there's like be 2-3 days where I literally don't sleep for 2 or 3 days, and there'll be other times where it's like, oh yeah, like I got a 2-hour nap in, but I don't know if that really counts as sleep. You know
I
what I
don't think
mean?
so. I don't think so. That's pretty wild, actually. That was similar to how it was when we were living at Gatsby.
Here's what I will say about my sleep. I think Corona, I got more sleep during Corona, obviously, but now I'm back to my regular schedule. I've been focusing more on getting quality of sleep and not so worrying so much about the amount of sleep. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
So like going through like an actual like nighttime routine.
That's great.
You know what I mean? And like,
yeah,
you know, putting on, you know, all my phone stuff to like a blue light filter after like 9 p.m.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah.
I take one tablet of like a super small like melatonin pill, like 20, 30 minutes before I go to sleep. Nice. Make sure I take a shower, make sure I'm wearing fresh clothes, make sure my room's certain temperature. Like I'm taking precautions, even though the amount of sleep isn't as much as what it should be. Yeah. The quality of the sleep has improved a lot since before Corona.
For sure. That's great.
So I think I'm at least making progress in that area.
Hell yeah, dude. That's great. I love that. Yeah. Dude, a shower is so good for like helping just go to sleep. I don't know what that is, but it just, oh man, if that's my emergency go-to, if I need to go to sleep by a certain time, just like take a shower.
I used to do a shower right after I worked out, but I think just for my nighttime routine and like feeling more relaxed, showering before going to bed for me, I found works a lot. Yeah. So I've been doing that lately. I've been trying that out. When I wake up in the morning, I don't want to like how do I explain it? Like I don't like showering because it's like another thing I have to do before I get my day started.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to just like wake up, like do my morning pee, weigh myself, write it down, brush my teeth, put on my clothes, go out the door. That's what I want to do. I don't want to take my shower, then make sure my hair is right, do the whole thing, like because my hair takes a long time to take care of.
For sure.
But I don't mind doing that at night when I'm trying to relax. It's like I hate this term, but it's like a form of like self-care in a way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think I've enjoyed the nighttime showers way more.
Nice. Oh, dude, so good. I got to get better with my nighttime routine, but yeah, the shower is such a clutch move. That's well. Dude, this is kind of random, but do you when is the NBA playoff season going to be starting? Is that happening? When is that kicking off?
July 31st, baby.
Oh, really?
Right on the corner.
Oh my god.
We need some goddamn sports. I need some good distraction.
I need
from life, from what's happening in the world. I just need, and I mean, we should be focusing on important issues, obviously, but like, I need a goddamn break for like an hour or two, man. Like,
yeah,
give me some basketball, give me some sports, give me something.
Yeah. So are we going to jump right into NBA playoffs, or are there going to be some other regular season games, or how's that going to work?
I think like the team, I think what they're doing is they're going to play like a 10 or 15 game like regular season and then going to playoffs. So they like all the teams that weren't going to qualify playoffs anyway, they're like, just don't come. And they're like, okay. So all those teams are staying home.
Sure.
The rest of the teams are going to play these 10, 15 games out, and then they'll cut out like 4 teams and then do a playoffs.
Oh, wow. That is so exciting. And is it all going to be on the one? Does Disney just have one court, or what's their complex like?
Disney has all the courts.
Okay. I'm so excited. It's so weird. I think the thing I'm most excited about, besides just being able to see the competition, is to see what it's like to not have an audience and to hear mic'd up conversations, to hear the squeaking of the shoes, like calling out plays.
Can't wait. I can't wait. It's gonna be so interesting.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Dude, we both loved Tony Romo when he does the football commentating, right? You're a fan of that? I love.
He's one of like 2 or 3 or 4 announcers in the entire football world who like knows what they're saying when they're watching the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But they bring in people who, like, for myself, who aren't as familiar with the rules, with the strategy, with the plays. Like, I feel like I know so much more about the game when I watch him talk. And I feel like sports need more of that. I feel like it would be way more accessible for other people. Like if you wanted to get more fans, like tell them, like walk them through the rules, like tell them what's going on, like what they're looking at. Because then it becomes like looking for patterns and trying to figure out the game that they're playing, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's so fun.
That's why like I can't watch football with like certain friends. Because they'll like talk about like the game and they'll, I don't know, like not to like make myself like be like the smartest guy in the room and like I'm this like football know-all guy, but like
Sure.
I play college football, like I'm a football coach, like I have a certain like football knowledge, right? I would say football knowledge higher than the average fan, right? So I'll be watching a game, I'll be watching how plays develop and what schemes that both teams are running and how it's going to work out. And like the casual fan just simply doesn't understand what's happening on the field.
That would be me.
I would say most people who watch football on Sundays don't understand what's actually happening on the field.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Like, oh, they should have ran it here, should have passed it there. But it's like, well, maybe, but you don't understand like the concepts they're trying to run here. They don't understand like what the defense is doing on this side of the field, which prevents them from doing this play. Like they don't understand like all these little intricacies. I think what Tony Romo has done a really good job of is taking that football knowledge and like dumbing it down in a way where both the average fan can understand it, but also where like the hardcore football nerd is like, okay, like, you know, this is actually entertaining for me now.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, he lays out the information you might have been able to figure out on your own, but just like makes it like just more accessible, like right away.
Yeah. So like super hardcore, like football, like X's and O's people, and then like the average fan, both love Tony Romo because he provides something that every fan can enjoy. So
I love it.
Who that is for NBA, I don't know because I'm not a huge X's and O's guy for basketball, but maybe
Jeff Van Gundy.
It seems like
I said it here. I'm just kidding.
Jeff Van Gundy.
He's just coming in with the hottest of takes every game.
Speaking of sports, did you see this deal that came out today with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs?
Yeah, what it was it like 400
I have it right here.
It was like a 10-year deal, right?
This shit's insane. So he signed a contract extension, right?
Right.
So the deal is for an extra, not the whole, not like the whole thing. There's an extra $450 million fucking dollars over the next 10 years.
That's absurd.
So this person broke it down. He said that's $45 million a year.
Wow.
That's $3,750,000 every month. That's $937,500 every week. $31,250 every day. $521 every hour. $8.60 a minute. Feel poor yet?
A minute? Yeah, I do.
Like,
that's absurd.
And with the signing bonus, he can make up to $503 million over the 10 years. So you can make another additional $50 million.
Wait, he can make $50 million more with the bonus?
With some sort of like back end deal, or whatever.
Wow.
He can make an additional $50 million. So
and that's all on top of his normal.
He can make $500 million in 10 years. Ken.
That's insane.
$500 million.
How are they throwing this kind of money around during a pandemic? How is this possible?
It's football money, baby. They got the money. They're good for it.
When I see a deal like that, I'm like, there's no way football's coming back.
They just won Super Bowl. He won the MVP 2 years ago. Was second in the league last year. Like, he's the best player in football right now.
Right.
I mean, you can make argument for Lamar Jackson, which I would personally, but other than Lamar, he's by far the best person in football.
Wow.
He probably will be for the next several years.
That's insane. How old is he?
I think he's like 26, maybe.
I think that's the scariest part of this whole thing.
What am I doing with my life?
So by the time he's like, so before he's 40, he could be like halfway to $1 billion.
Yeah, easily.
So he could have more money than some small European countries.
Yeah.
Like their GDP.
Yeah.
Wow.
Going back to the Kanye thing, which to you is a more genius deal, the Joe Rogan Spotify deal or the Kanye Gap deal?
I don't know the details about the Kanye Gap deal. What is I mean, I know, wasn't it for like, all I know is I think I saw that they
It's a 10-year deal.
It's a 10-year deal. And wasn't it something like Gap is expecting $1 billion in sales over the 10 years or something like that from Yeezy?
Yeah.
I
mean, both.
Yeah.
To me, it's the same thing where like both brands hugely benefit from this.
You think both brands? I'm not sure. Remember. I mean, Gap certainly does. I could see Yeezy benefiting, but it really depends on how cool the clothes are and how good they're as quality wise.
I think they'll be. I can't wait.
I'm really excited too.
Now, obviously, well, here's the thing that's important to realize. Gap is selling Yeezy like clothing, not the shoes. Kanye is doing the shoe thing by himself still.
Right.
So those things will be separated.
Yeah.
But like, it's. I think from what I've read, it's more of a. It's kind of similar to Joe Rogan and Spotify, where it's a partnership. It's not like Gap owns Yeezy now. It's like a partnership type of deal.
See, that's why I'm like, I don't know all of the laws about what a president is allowed to do business-wise when they're in the office, but he has all these cool projects going on, and I wouldn't want him being president to hinder all that cool stuff or like make it not be as cool because he had to focus on a totally different job, you know? Do you know anything about that? Because I know Trump was one of the main people that conversation really started to happen, where he already had so much money with hotels and everything and resorts and such. So that's sure. A very tricky thing. Like, because it wasn't something where he had to step away.
Break that down.
Yeah, we could talk more about that. That'd be fun. Because I'm really curious.
I'll definitely research that.
Yeah, because that would be a bummer if you had all these really awesome ideas, but then you couldn't follow through on them because of political reasons. But maybe that's a good thing to like avoid conflicts of interest. But also, what if you could be doing a lot of good? Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Lots of variables at play. You know, obviously we love having guests, and we'll continue to have more guests on. But I think it's just good to do one episode every now and then, just the two of us talking.
Totally agree. Yeah, this is fun.
A good episode, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. This was fun.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Cook and the Coach. You can find me on Instagram at Baeza, Baeza, Tensaya, Tensaie. That's my Instagram. You know the podcast handles. Podcast, The Cook and the Coach on Instagram. Twitter at The Cook and the C1. That's all for socials. Ken, you want to talk about Haymarket Catering and your personal page and stuff like that?
Yeah, so my personal page is KPMartin2 on Instagram, and my food page is called Haymarket Catering, and I've been having fun with that. By the way, I ordered a tripod for my phone, and I'm really pumped about it. It's one of those Gorilla Pod ones with all the little sockets, so it's really bendable and versatile. We can use it for the podcast too. They basically look like anal beads. You've probably seen them. There's like pleasure for 3 people at least. So
Indeed.
So, but it looks dope. And I've seen, you can wrap it around trees upside down and all these cool angles. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, you can check out the Haymarket Catering page. And yeah, again, if you have any questions about stuff you want to make, I'd love to like give out recommendations for recipes or anything. So let me know. Oh, and music. I have music everywhere music is streaming. Just look up Kenny Martin Bucket List and you'll find it there.
Guys, thank you for listening to the episode. Whatever platform you're listening to this on, whether you're watching on YouTube, listening to our new page on Spotify, Google Music, CastBox, SoundCloud, please subscribe if you like this episode. Please give us a thumbs up. It helps us a lot with our ratings. We've actually had a little bit of a surge the last week or two here in numbers and subscribers and views. So we thank you guys for that. Please tell your friends. Please share all that good stuff. And we will see you in the next one. Thank you guys.
Bye.